Wanna be able to play that same music running at a typical Starbucks cafe? Then that is actually not too difficult, and you can do it by using only two different chords, the F major 7 and the C major 7. The C major 7 played in the left hand looks like this. And the second and final chord today is the F major 7 chord, and it sounds like this. In the right hand we will then play over the same notes from the chords in the left hand. So when we play a C major 7 chord in the left hand, we will play either a C, an E, a G or a B natural. Practice this in all 4 inversions. And in the opposite direction. Do the same for the F major 7 chord. And down. When you go from one chord to the other, practice playing the nearest note of the next chord. So if you play over the C major 7 chord like this, here the next note in the F major 7 chord will be either an A or a C. Then play the F major chord from the A, up or down. Or from the C. Practice to start from different inversions of each chord and then take the nearest note of the next chord. A very neat little trick to play around each chord is to play a pivot. Here we jump from the highest note of the chord to the lowest, or from the lowest to the highest. And we can do the same thing for the F major 7 as well. And from the lowest to the highest note. Playing the chords like this ensures some good sounding lines. I see all these movements as inversions of each chord, and then try to take the nearest inversion of the next chord. So when I play over a C major 7 chord in this inversion, then there really are 2 different options for the F major 7 chord. I could play it like this, or and then my pivot would sound like this. Or from the other inversion. We We can also play the left hand a little more uplifting for a morning coffee vibe. There is no specific rhythm you have to play here. It just have to be staccato and played without the pedal. I will give you some examples that you can play, and here maybe start playing just on 1 and 3. Or 1 and then another on the upbeat of 4. Combine the two rhythms together. We can change the rhythm a little bit in our right hand. So instead of starting on beat 1, we can come in a little later, maybe on beat 2. Or on beat 3. We can add in some faster 8 notes to the solo. But remember to keep it relaxing so people don't start to order tea instead of coffee. Now we can add in the C major scale, that is all the white keys. Played over our 2 chords, it could sound like this. And we can change up the rhythm here as well. We can go in both directions as long as we keep it in stepwise motion. And of course the fun begins when we mix in the C major scale with the pivots from before. Finally, we need a small break from the solo, and here we will just play the chords in the right hand instead of the left hand. In the left hand, we will then play the lowest note of the chord, or over the F major 7, and then play the fifths as well. You can use the same rhythm as we used before for the left hand. So for instance, staccato on 1 and 3 in the right hand. Or on 1 and then the upbeat to 4. You can even just hold the chord down for a more relaxing vibe. And if you think it could be fun, you can also play around the inversions of the chords in the right hand. let's put everything together and hear how it could sound. If you think you learned something from today's lesson, make sure that you get the free PDF of the music in the description below. And if you want to support this lounge piano community even further, it's possible to become a member of the channel. Happy practicing, and until next time.